and both of them have. Is this are they stuck to the comms that they ran already? It looks like it.
Yeah,
everyone's doing the same stuff.
The thing that stands out to me though is always with FUT you get this KO, and here you have Brim Viper on Pearl, which is such a drastic
so it's basically just Sova for Brim
here. And this is actually something that most of the time EMEA has been avoiding. So you can see FUT 4 times played, and they're quite proficient at it still.
Yeah, this comp hasn't been shown very much for FUT, and I mean honestly, you could say the same thing for EG. So this again, given what we know about Powder, given
had
what
the
we know about
BLG
how
2-0 NRG. I've got a video for you, mate.
I'm really excited
right
because
here.
I think we're going to be able to tell
Good
very
question.
early what kind of series
feels like you're a paid actor with the timing of that.
If they're still fragging the way that they are, and they're just
there's a quick summary of it if you want to watch it. VODs are there also.
Showing them, it could be a really good series.
Well, we are ready to go, so let's send it over to my good friends from across the pond. It's Mitch and Tom.
Thank you so much, Yinsu and the desk. Yes, we're ready to get back into another FUT game.
FUT can upset. Yeah, they look pretty decent yesterday. Look pretty decent. They've done step number 1, which is get rid of Fracture. So, step number 1's there. Fred, thank you so much for the 3 months. Fred, thank you with the Prime. Appreciate that.
See what they have here. I also really like the fact that this map has now been picked against FUT a couple of times. First time they picked the fence, looked incredibly strong.
Did I miss anything else? Frenzy Fusion as well with the 6 months. Sorry, bro, I almost missed that one. Thank you very much for that. We had Denshu as well. Denshu with the 4 months. Kevin. I think I might have missed this. Kevin with the Prime, thank you, and Oberg as well with the year. Either way, let's get into this one. EG on defense, FUT on attack, instant knife over towards Art, nothing there.
We'll see how this match unfolds, but it's an uphill battle for the side of FUT, beginning on the attack and looking for some control.
This is nice, pressure, over towards middle.
Set on A.
Oh boy, yeah, and I mean Demon played here in the last pistol, plays a little bit further back on this one, and the crouch diff there.
Straight off the bat. He is going to be a menace throughout this match on the A site.
Waiting for the molly to go, looks like they want the good plant for
Art. It's going to be the
advantage
in the favor of FUT. A quick retake being attempted though.
Yeah, just trying to annoy them.
Yeah,
some damage done.
That is
Boostio
a huge kill.
Oh
my, nearly got another 26 HP on this.
Give them a fighting chance in this.
Gotta kill one, really. Okay, nicely done from EG in the end. Boostio did fantastic.
For EG, America's #1. You've already seen America struggle today, Tom.
In terms of EG's pistols,
yeah, one of the things I really want
to say they're 4 out of 5.
We actually saw Boostio play a Killjoy versus
Either way,
FUT.
1-0 for this.
He got 35 kills. So he had a pretty good game, so that's definitely going to be someone we have to keep an eye on. I also want to watch the way that EG are actually going to work, because one of the things I feel like T1 really suffered with on this map in particular was respecting the utility of FUT a little bit too much. Not
pretty confident it's 3-1
early on. So, for example, we saw
in terms of how they're buying this one, double Bulldog,
those brim smokes, you know, okay,
Spectre, Stinger, did that in the wrong order, but here we are. Double Frenzy, Sheriff on this. No armors?
For that one. But for now, at least, we're going to look at FUT with a minuter of investment. A few pistols, nothing much more. And on the other side, well,
now if it goes in over towards A, hits absolutely no one. So maybe we're going to be getting an AWP, looks like. Ethan wants it.
But here on the defense, they're not afraid to put a little bit of that aggression out. Already grabbing the orb up on A long. Some good control on the back of it. But they have given up a lot of control around here. The water wide open.
Yeah, and kind of the new meta that I've been talking about every time I've seen it is teams just playing far back, right? So fine to give up this map control. A little bit of fighting, but majority of the time they kind of just give this up. And then just heavy play for this choke point, and this choke point a lot of the time, and obviously this one.
Around that angle, and you're not going to want to play close when you're up against these pistols. Com though. Very good at just taking that initial fight, fading away, not over-facing. He has support from Boostio as well, and not giving any real 1v1 fights. They are cleaning things up.
8 HP, probably can't get anything else. 1 death and that's it. No armor rebuys, pretty nice. Pretty nice. Dude, am I going to sneeze on that? I'm lingering around the edge. No, I'm not going to sneeze. Love that.
Yeah, I mean, that is a textbook follow-up round. The fact that they chose right away to give up the control around mid, knowing FUT would want to poke and prod for it. They don't fight in art. No one gets caught out of position. And consistently,
we have
just taking shots, falling back. grabbing his
Boostio taking the hit, drops the op out.
Now, this is interesting. Round 3, timer's ticking away, and we're getting towards 0. And there's still an op in the hands of Demon 1.
Yeah, and we're just going to do knife again, I guess. Knife again, not going to hit anyone. We're going to set the op out, and we can get a bit of a better rotate. I say that. In fact, we have the flash, and then we have a cross-map recon that lands here. That's pretty cool.
Attack rounds from FUT. They're very happy to take these pacey hits and already walking quite far up towards
that means that Ethan has his knife.
Boostio's going to try
Speaking
and
of
get
knives, that's
a
a
little
nice,
bit more aggressive around this corner.
nice
That singular smoke place to try and deter them, but Kiwi's going right through it, and he'll find that open.
It's really good pathing from him, by the way.
Through. That's your Killjoy down, a lot of your utility down and out. And already used a Nano Swarm. Now a lot of the weaker weapons are trying to skirmish for this site, and the op still miles away. If you lose these other players, you're going to start to think about saving, but Ethan might just have given them a chance.
46 HP, could get this one as well.
Fighting for this Kiwi. Incredibly low. 40 HP, a shot out from the op. Now they know where Kiwi is. They've got him boxed in, taken down, and Mr. Fallen's on 70.
Full HP still.
A follow-through round from FUT. This should have been clean. The op didn't even play that big of a role, but it might to close it out. It has the angle up top. That smoke soon to fade. And Mr. Fallen left in the open. Good damage done. Jogamo barely holding on to life.
Okay, the confidence on that one.
Evil Geniuses not giving an inch to FUT.
Yeah. And they managed to keep the op as well. That's the main thing on this one.
But that's the thing. You look at the initial fights that go the way of FUT. You have the entry coming out of Kiwi, getting into the site. The spam battle really didn't work out for them either. And then Ethan just at the back of site gets 2 kills with a stinger, and it allows the time for the rotation.
I mean, Ethan did everything really in my mind. He did fantastic.
For him and for FUT, that is an early defeat that they would not have been hoping for. As we've said, we've seen a lot of very strong defensive hearts as of recent when it comes to Pearl, but you still need to get yourself a little bit of wiggle room, and losing the bonus round is
we've got knives, see if we can do some damage. Stinger, friend, sorry. Wait, oh, I see, knives, yeah, so we're checking for this play just in case.
The fact that Demon 1's holding that, just what's going through their head. Okay, they've got a Blade Storm. How do we deal with it?
Ooh.
Let's hold some of
This
those
is nice. Knife hits no one.
We know he's going to try a nasty play.
30 HP, might just stay elbow and just try right
click.
they
get control over the B side, but
problem is he's probably going to eat a knife.
Weapons is not likely to go well. And with 30 HP on Kiwi, what can you really hope for?
But there's 2 things that they can hope for. One, Blade Storm maybe works out. The other is Mr. Fallen gets a single kill and he has a lockdown. Other than that, there really isn't a lot to play with in this round already. Getting a lot of information, and those knives are going to be gone for the next few seconds. They are slowly just being picked apart.
Man, Demon's doing crazy things at the moment.
The
still a good plant. Still could get a little bit crazy, but Demon 1's probably got an extra one in him. Oh my.
Attempting a little bit more, but now Mr. Fallen, Stinger at a distance. Can't
okay,
really
nicely
hope for
done.
anything. And again,
yeah,
EG are going to make that
the
one
flood's
look
been
easy.
looking
4
nice.
players alive, finances really growing, and although the time was getting a little bit low,
I didn't want a chance giving that one over to Com to get his ult on this. I think that was the right call.
Left alive.
And
this round started out probably about as poorly
it was
as
still
a
relatively good eco. I'm a big fan of watching Ethan at the moment in terms of just how smart he is with his util.
And 4 rounds to 0.
Like every bit of util is always has some kind of use behind it. It's like there's always a plan. It's always like perfect util really in terms of getting the most from it. The knife is everything. Took down the jet ult like we talked about, and yeah, I thought that was great.
It's funny as well. I think Demon 1, its positioning in the early rounds, unlucky. They have gone B the last few.
Interesting. This recon doesn't check this corner. Jogamo goes aggro, gets ult, so we have Astra ult. When we had Astra ult, and there's a different team.
For Kiwi as he does wrap back round, potentially looking to
that
go
was
spawn or even hit into but he's going to be spotted by the drone. I think maybe even caught a little bit off guard by the fact that they are prepared for somebody to be this far forward. With the remaining players back of
same stuff. EG happy to just fall back and give them this map control again and just play through these choke points.
It seems like EG's almost given it to them.
Can be a nightmare.
In effect,
and you get like someone, pretty much someone here and someone here again. Just hold heavy into this area.
It's not as bad as you might think because FUT have nowhere to pivot to take that space off of slightly missing the timing on that right.
Does Mr. Fallen?
The knife caught him. ability suppressed for just a moment.
Get over towards A main. Okay, Mr. Valen goes down, so he was the guy with the Killjoy ult as well, so I was wondering if he was going to manage to actually get out of there and get over towards A main. That is huge kills. Speaking of Killjoy ult, one bullet.
Still holding control. That lockdown, sure, it presents a serious danger for him. Not so much as the bullets, but he's bought time. He's bought space for his squad now, positioned in Arden main, and with just one man on the other side, Demon 1. Seems to be a near impossible clutch just with the time on the clock. He has to try to find some kills first. Spotting one player, suspecting the second. Great read on this situation. But Maj just falls back.
3 bullets.
Toying with the timer.
Okay, nicely done. I mean, huge shout out to Kiwi. That was pretty much him.
Yeah, it took them a little bit, and well, ultimately took a huge round out from Kiwi. Someone just going a little bit unchecked around the edges of the
About to have a lot of ults up as well. One away from KO, 2 away from that. EG had 3, I think.
It's still a very, very long way to go. Even still, actually starting to look
I am
at the
Jux. What's up, dude, with the 4 months? Thank you for the Prime, bro. Appreciate that.
Clean now means that Mr. Farlin is going to be left with
scared of the
just an
scoreline
SMG
death.
for this round, so
especially with these ults up.
On the board, but the
everyone's 1 away from the KO. What do we got? Faster hit. We're actually fighting for A main this time. We change.
We saw this recon through in the
no, we don't
round
change
this
up to recon.
Oh,
boy.
Catching a lot of information.
Oh man.
Okay,
Duelist Astra.
Here comes the Hunter's Fury. Tagging them up
man,
on the way
they did so much damage as well.
Yeah,
Com did so good. He fully killed one and then tagged 2.
And they give them seconds.
Killed 1, tagged 2. So much damage on this one. Really good ult from him. And it was kind of like a perfect round. They decided to 5-person duel into this. Couldn't have gone much better for EG here.
The idea of popping up the flash, following through with the recon as well. Didn't quite net them as much value as this time around, though.
Yeah, this is something we...
Yeah, money can't be good after that one.
The tournament so far.
Yep, and we go down to an eco. EG are looking great.
Fury, he gets value from it. I think normally it's a multi-frag. This time, maybe not so much, but the amount of damage he was able to do, the disarray he was able to cause, and more so, just the fact that Jorgamo is such a menace
Fake
when it
smoke
comes
with
to
this?
this A site.
Or not? Okay.
It's definitely an issue. Pressure again being placed into mid. Demon 1 goes back for more. Hoping to try and find...
Yeah, you would really like that.
Actually, a little bit of damage. Spam trying to deny Kiwi the opportunity to get that operator, and
didn't get it.
Actually has. I thought he was going to continue that push, but backs away.
Yeah, maybe worried about a second.
Drone at least is going to check that he didn't get the op. With that info, they're probably going to realize that this is clear. I'm not sure they're going to take the chance of it, but...
Maybe looking for this orb. They could get the
going super proactive over towards A once they kind of cleared all of this as well. And did we just jump peek this? Mr. Fallon has ult if they want to use that. There we go. This might be a heavy investment in terms of ults. Ethan has his ult to get rid of Kiwi's ult as well. That's... okay. That doesn't have to happen anymore.
FUT on the back foot now for sure.
But yeah, the nano was just to buy them back. They are popping.
Doesn't get around the corner though, and that shock dart nearly took him down 27 HP, and they might be able to look at this.
Going back, but at least Krax has been able to hit a nice shot, giving them an opportunity. The close angle is so important, but Jorgamo still just going strong, leaving 2 remaining. Both with Sheriffs hiding within this fight. Krax has managed to double, but still
oh my though, they still managed to win the 1-on-2.
Allow the mischievous FUT to get away with anything.
It comes on at the moment, 9-2.
What an incredible effort.
Dude, nice shots from Krax though. Jesus.
At the time, not quite as close as it needed to be.
One away.
Kiwi was alive, a few more seconds. That stray shot through the smoke.
It's a nice eco in the end, but dude, they used a lot of ults. We got 3 ults out of them.
Nonetheless.
And that's a huge win.
A little bit of a
huge win for EG in terms of just the ult economy.
I want to blame that on them realistically. What can you do about a player hitting shots like that? And we've seen this from Krax in the opening series as well. He was unbelievable, but it's not enough this time. And FUT, having invested a lot of their lower, like some of their ultis, Blade Storm, Viper's Pit.
Yeah, it's a rough scoreline to be up against. The timeout here.
To call a pause. Got to play it with their rifles and run it down on more conventional turf. So far, that's been where EG's come ahead.
I think as well, just maybe some of the players having quieter performances. Moj was probably the best player when they played Pearl last time out, only with a couple of kills at the moment. At a captain, okay, we've seen him be an assist king before and then slowly come into the game, but they're going to need it a little bit earlier this time around. As said, like, we've seen them have an incredible defensive half, and the attack we didn't get to witness because they were so dominant last time out, but this is now starting to become a bit of a danger. I think all the pieces looking like they're there at the moment for the side of EG. Jorgamo's still causing problems. Com has been unreal so far, winning them that Red Bull clutch in the previous round. And for FUT, realizing they're at least going to want, say, 4 or 5 rounds if they are going to have themselves an opportunity in that second half. So just taking themselves that timeout. And you have to bear in mind, that last round
Des would love them to avoid the 7-1.
Yeah, sure.
Get the op still out.
Say
still out. Get the op out for this one.
For the majority, but when you lose all of those
pressure of this
and you
again.
don't get a victory, that's more of a problem.
Yeah, that's what it's about, right? Like, they still
At least
have the
get full
money to
info
buy
that
up
no
here.
one's...
The Bladestorm being gone, you won't bat an eye at, but it's the rest of the ultis that went through.
Again?
And this guy, Boostio,
that's a
another
straight up
kill,
spam.
just spamming
Smoke
through
comes
it's
in
Mr.
and just a
Fallen
straight up
to go down
spam.
this time, and the immediate response from FUT. They're quickening the pace.
Yeah, they go
They're
real
moving
fast
into
with
the
this though.
B-side now,
Boostio's playing really well around the smoke.
Behind the smoke.
Yeah, gets a
This is
lot
where
of
he's
info
most
from this. If
deadly.
he can get another, he's a god.
Gonna be blinded up again. The flash through. It's caught him, and they found him, rooted him out. In the meantime,
Managed to get
Ada
out.
Captain
36 HP.
deleted
Com did great.
in the attempt to plant the spike now, going to be run
And
back
Boostio
a
kind of
couple more
enabled this
seconds.
kill by
It's down
staying
in the
alive
open.
for so long,
Has to
so
be
shout out to
retrieved.
him. Spike's still not down.
That's the thing.
Got a shock for this? Oh, got a nade for this. Recon above. Damn, dude, look at the util.
You can see already cracks on his last lease of life. They're going to have to use the poison orb just to try and give them a spot to plant him, but now the full rotation has come through.
Why I feel like that's going to get spammed.
are ready and raring to go, but Kiwi's at least even things up for
16.
a second.
Yeah, and now look at his HP down to 16. Shock darts hunting down both of these low players. Maj found. Kiwi has to turn up. Only good for the one. Cracks tries to fade away. Dodging bullets. Just
17
one
HP.
needed to take him down. He is so desperately low.
Look at these
and they're
bullets.
coming
It's so
close
close.
to finding him. The bun seen up
Yeah, and
above. But he
he
doesn't realize it.
just
Turning
looked
at
to
the
the right
last
before he
moment.
saw him, I'm pretty sure.
Giving Demon 1 that final kill, that 7th round now
Well,
locked
there it
in
is.
for the side of
7-1.
EG.
Solid
Just
start
seems
from
like
them.
every single time that FUT managed to find a kill, there's a cost fallacy. Like, be it someone getting wallbanged by an operator, a Com diving through the smoke to trade out his teammates, the fragment onto the spike. Like, there's always damage being achieved by EG. Their utility has been sublime, but even just their timing and synergy has been one of the main differences so far in this matchup. 7-1 in the lead over on this defensive side. Again, we're going to be back down to very little. An orbital strike for Ana Captain that's been sitting there for a while. And in this sort of round,
it's like,
you
do
even use
you
it?
don't really want to use all that ults into another eco round like they did earlier?
Opportunity would have to present itself. For now, that's not the case. Slow approach from EG. They even wanted to get a little aggressive to start, but once they see this wall go down, that space taken, they're going to give it up.
They're fighting art
Play
heavy
a little
though.
bit more passive. And that op on the corner is suspected. You can see the jump peaks, but now taking the wider angle. Great reading of how this round is breathing out.
Oh, just turned back into it a little bit too fast.
Caught Maj there as well, so there was no follow through.
Okay, constantly once more for the rest of FUT.
I would say it's been doing the same setup, and
yeah,
it's been working well.
Every single time.
They've had the Astra ult a lot, so they kind of feel... It's funny because they're actually playing how FUT play on defense a lot when they have the Astra ult. They just play Killjoy over towards B.
Shock darts, but Ana Captain, he's on the board, but there is the dart straight through. Com's utility has been almost as good as his fragging power throughout this game so far. Unfortunately, he doesn't get assists for his own kills, but he is going to find the wallbang. This site is
he's
just
doing savage things at the moment.
Well, he's finally going to take
Damn,
one,
look
but
at
as
them,
said,
they're
the
all
trade
over
is
him.
immediate. This is so clean from EG.
And from the first time we saw this guy on the international stage, a man that is calm, 12-4 right now. I've been a big fan of him. He might have been one of the first players picking up the oath.
At least
and
he,
that might have been why initially, but
at least he does it to everyone.
Always a treat to watch. The Demon 1 paired up with him. It's a deadly duo. And even look at the damage, right? Ada Captain found that kill that we saw
Nice
on the
pings
board
coming
just
in.
seconds ago, but it left him on 55 HP after running through Boostio's Nano Swarm. I think even being tagged through the wall beforehand. At that point, yeah, it's an easy follow through when he goes for the plant. And this is the thing, no matter what happens to EG, even when they're losing a player, the dominoes have already started to fall.
As said, it's that cost fallacy.
Every time.
Oh.
Here we go. A chance.
That's nice info.
Back for a little bit more. I've noted as
yeah,
well
at least saw him run away.
Yesterday, I think it was 20 assists and a half.
Also, a lot of the time, you've done so much research into it that you kind of know.
Jealous.
Kind of know a good amount once you see like a brim somewhere, or like an agent somewhere.
A lot of counter utility in an attempt to try and slow them down. Lockdown even available as well for Boostio.
Yeah, kind of wants to get out of there fully. Yeah.
And Hunter's Fury, as said, he always finds something.
He always gets so much value for this.
In tow, Ada Captain has at least found one. Not quite clearing Ethan, but even still, they keep the advantage for a moment.
Neck and neck at least with FUT. Grabbing
drone if they want to flood.
Strike used, so not online. It's just the Blade Storm that's charging in and taken down. Shot out of the sky by Cracks, but there's a response. Calm not letting this one slip. They've got to push forward. A vague idea of where Cracks is, perhaps. Mr. Fallen, though, it's revealed moments ago.
Oh, he tagged him. Got him out the drone.
Pieces together for EG. They'll look to peek this one. Oh my God, the damage is incredible. Cracks down to just a sliver of health. Now the last man standing, double peek,
oh man, so much is going on. Yeah, the swing with the recon was so perfect. Managed to be a double swing as well. Is always going to get traded. I mean, Cracks had a good try into this one, but Ethan's just great.
I feel like we're just going to be brown nosing Com at this point, but he even uses the dart to fake out.
Yeah, it was good. Ethan has 13 assists as well right now.
Players is just unmatched, and right now it seems like FUT just can't quite deal with it.
Yeah, and everything's so perfect. They're they're just a unit. Everything is like precise. Everything is perfect with them.
Over a very short amount of time, considering
the match wasn't that was just like a very satisfying round to watch from everyone, really.
9-1. It is EG's map choice, but this has been a map they were comfortable to play on the FUT side.
EG's map choice and FUT's side choice.
Yeah.
They wanted to begin on attack, so sure, we can read into it as yesterday we saw their defense, we know that it's strong, no doubt about it. But it's gonna have to be real strong if this keeps up, and even then, if it stops right here and now, 9-3 at best on the half, it's a tough scoreline to recover from. For now, patience again on display for the side of EG. FUT. This is probably one of the slower attempts. We're gonna see them again wrestle for that map control with a minute on the clock. Destroy that turret, same thing they've been doing in a lot of these rounds, and then Kiwi goes walkabout.
Look at this reaction, this is nice. Into the smoke goes in. Are they going to recon through and then pick? Yeah, they are. So yeah, the smoke goes in over towards here, recon all the way through, and they want to make sure that they hold on to some map control. Didn't want to get pinched over towards the site.
That's a big kill, though.
That is a big kill. Spike's still down over towards spawn, and Boostio is in a lot of trouble here.
He needs to be a hero here, but he's not even checked on.
Oh my God, he did fantastic. Do they try and res this? Probably not. Pings are really good at the moment.
That time gives a moment. Look at Demon 1. He's trying to
watch
this
is bold.
for that exact position. The spam does a lot of damage.
Okay, yeah, kind of pointless getting that res out.
They'll finally get themselves into that after plant, and for the first time in a while, it looks like a possible round for FUT.
Astro for the retake for once, yeah. We've been holding it the whole time.
Just holding the lineup that whole time, waiting for the res to come through. Hoping to get both. The play out. Ethan, no flashes. They got to just dry peek those angles, lose a lot of HP in the process. Demon 1 down low, doesn't stop him from eliminating Maj. They still need to root out Mr. Fallen, who's just swung out wide, looking to take the fights. Lockdown in play, on the way. The swing needs to come in. Mr. Fallen, it's being diffused right under his nose. And now the stick, it'll get close, but the detain interrupts. Timing now, everything.
Yeah, I can't win it. That's incredible, dude. It's so funny. Mr. Fallen played it pretty well. I say pretty well, perfectly.
Well, I don't think you're going to see a round victory like that too often.
That was sick.
The player getting the spike to half. He basically was just hoping his opponent wouldn't peek, but Mr. Fallen played that to perfection. Yeah. Finally seeing a second round onto the board.
Only managed to double their score, though.
Another Red Bull clutch coming out
with the 1v1
in their favor this time around. Nonetheless, it is still an absolute mountain to climb for FUT. This last round is more than a necessity, and well, you mentioned your...
You know, I mean, Wubber's choice is there to lose the round a different way, realistically. Yeah, I think he probably played the only way that
Is this the same... So do they have multiple lineups of the same recon that goes over towards here? Is this... oh, okay. This one lands late while they're fighting.
Maybe hope for the curse.
So you could. Oh, that's interesting, man. That's kind of cool. I like that.
For this 12th round, FUT.
Also, the fact that it's cross map, you kind of think that he's close. Could give false info.
This way. When I talk about Calm earlier, my boy taking out the Odin way back, and he'll make it work again. They're also triple stacked up on B.
So much info. 3 players spotted by the drone. Look at the wraparound.
Yeah, and this pushes everything.
Yeah, the pause. I think just knowing that their opponent has that information, but it means they're slowly being boxed in. Timing here could be everything.
No one's watching it.
Yeah, he's looking back and forth, but he's instead gonna walk back.
What the?
I don't know how Moz just managed to get away with that one, and now Orbital Strike leaves Com dead to rights. Finally a chance once again.
Oh my god. Can he get this one on site?
Another one coming up for Boostio, but it's left all onto Jorgamo.
1v2.
The player wrapping back around.
Wait.
FUT have an advantage once again. The spam is ridiculous.
Holy hell, what a close run. Okay, they managed to get 3 in the end, which with their comp isn't too bad, but I still think they're going to heavy struggle.
At least FUT got something.
Because again,
the fact is
it's just such a hard, when they got no drone or anything like that, it's so hard for them to get out for any of these choke points a lot of the time. I want to see now EG on attack. I reckon they're going to be taking A main loads, create loads of question marks. It's going to be around the map itself and just kind of suffocate the information and hopefully just manipulate rotates. Kind of what we didn't see from, what I was wanting to see from T1 yesterday.
A little bit earlier on.
Wait, was it yesterday?
Yeah,
it was
called Jorgamo. Let's see what he had to say.
Feels good because it's my first champion event as a player. Watching it for the past couple of years, like grinding my way to the top to be on a professional team and to be like on like a top tier team. It goes in the books, you know. I always think of it, you know. I always love it. I gotta cherish every moment I can. There's only 2 North American teams you can root for now. Like, that's pretty like mind blowing that like everybody's watching us at the end of the day. That's kind of how I look at it.
This is how you play versus the drone? Yeah, it's a lot better. I reckon they're going to own the attack half as well. This is the thing with the FUT comp. You play against someone that knows how to play against this comp, you're just gonna, you can't really win the map.
Yeah, so we have one more game against FUT. And my parents are gonna be there too, so just having that parents buff that I usually never get at any of these events, it would be like just a blessing, you know, just having them here, you know, it means a lot to me. And I think Boostio, he's gonna get that fire up, he's gonna have that mentality of like, I just dropped 35 on these guys before, I'll do it again. So like having that IGL mindset and his confident calling is just gonna be very easy, I think. LAX is maybe 30 minutes away from here. It's only a 12-hour flight for y'all. I hope y'all.
With the advantage of the comp, double smoke, so on defense it's pretty good.
Wow. He's got some words for the players across the stage.
It should be very good on defense.
With a 9-3 lead, it'd be kind of embarrassing if it swapped around, but you can definitely tell that sense of confidence on the stage.
Yeah, I like do that. I'm enjoying the whole EG arc. They're really kind of playing into like the villain side of it all as well, and I think that's good. They're actually, it feels like they get it as well.
Just the way that this team is willing
like
to
the actual,
talk their shit before the game begins, and then they come
the
in
whole
and
change up from them.
9-3 up. Looking
from like just
qualifying
qualifying
right now.
and going Tokyo and everything has been good. Like they're actually doing good content now. You can kind of see their personalities. It's cool.
Above and beyond. We're looking to see
playing into the evil arc as well. Like it's, I like it a lot.
3 rounds currently on the board. They managed a 9-3 half versus T1, but they're going to need to
flash in early. Dude, we did this. We did the same pistol yesterday.
Look at the sheer pace coming out from
in terms of FUT.
Straight down in towards that mid connector.
Yeah, FUT had some pace too, but didn't catch anyone. They're a little late to the party. Now on B long, there's a couple players coming
the
down.
contacts.
Will they even read that? Will there be anyone left alive to read it?
Oh, there's a lot of people here.
In the corner. Demon 1's also being tagged up, but that won't stop
Demon
him.
got that extra
again,
kill.
Able to deliver kill after kill. The shutdown is there with a back and forth for FUT, but they're
Oh
overextending into this, knowing the spike needs to be planted. They try to interrupt it, and
holy, that was close. Okay, there's a chance that this is on because this comp is very good on defense. Yeah, this actually makes it pretty exciting.
Definitely a close one, and with the way that Com's been playing, I wouldn't have been surprised.
There's like in theory how EG are gonna play.
But for this round at least,
I think is a lot of take A main control, create the question mark, then middle, then they're gonna start hitting sites, whether it's this or this, and a lot of the time they don't have to leave anyone into these spaces because there's no sky or anything, and they got no util really other than that knife to clear it. So, yeah, we'll see once they get the money if they're going to start just doing like heavy map control and just defaults.
Side obviously going to be a bit of an issue if you are going for control over B long. Probably going to want to have that long range weapon. Instead, smoking it off.
The Fnatic anti-eco, yeah, they have they do all the protocols. They have all of the Fnatic buy protocols down.
Like to set up in these initial rounds on their defense, you're catching out where the turret is, obviously a different spot to what EG had been putting down on their own defensive
White
side.
pass, sorry, Brent.
But then when it comes down to crunch time, to actually taking a site, you might be diving headfirst into a meat grinder, but they've actually managed to take a few teeth out of that grinder. Look at the A site. It's stacked up now because of the feigned.
This is already working well, though. Again, they can't clear information, so once you create a question mark here and a question mark here, they kind of always get forced to play something similar to this.
I like the fact, though, that FUT are just...
This guy could potentially be over towards here. But yeah, you know once you create the question mark here and the question mark over towards middle, that they're pretty much going to have 3 people in this one area. And you hit shots like that, and then you win the round. This is nice from Demon. Do they realize that he's up here? Oh my goodness, yeah, I think so.
As it begins, the spam's going to be coming through, but it seems like he's managed to get it. The thing is, though, the full force of FUT is barreling down on this.
Okay, nicely done. Very good sign from EG, though, in terms of this round. They do take down one. It's one of the it was Stinger, right? I think it was Stinger or Spectre. Not sure. Double armor rebuy. But yeah, the fact that I kind of saw the map control here and here, it's a great sign. It really is.
If the clock wasn't so low, maybe you wouldn't have as much.
It's still going to be hard for them, don't get me wrong, but
you wouldn't have seen Demon 1 give up that spot in heaven quite as quickly. Maybe he catches one.
At a 1 away, if they want to try heavy A main and get this orb. What the hell is this wall?
This is the round where they will truly fight for it, and just looking at the positions of some of these players.
Wall, and then you block off vision here to fight. And then if you want to retake it, I guess you kind of isolate this. It's not too bad. See what they got behind it. We go aggro, no one fighting. Ata gets his ult. They're going to be pressing tab. They're going to see this. Do they want insta-react? Doesn't look like it.
At least done a little bit of chip damage. Ultimately, that control has gone the way of EG, though. Not going to allow that push up on one side of the map. And you can see the patience of Boostio just watching for any aggression. Just making sure that there's not going to be any cheeky business, especially in a round like this where it's kind of
that's a nice shock dart. Took down the alarm bot and the molly. That was nice. Creates a lot of pressure over towards here. He's hopefully, with that duel, felt like he's pushed him off this angle. As we can see, he's retaken the angle itself, so they don't actually sell that bit of fake info. 3 people. Oh, tagged him. Oh, it's kind of low. Got another one in you? Goodness. 35 seconds. Spike goes through middle, and as we can see, there is a perfect window to do this. Oh my goodness. Mad respect. Mad respect that he jump spots that. That is very impressive. What the hell? Good information. But with that, you might feel like he's gone insta back over towards here, so they kind of need to push spawn. They get a good plant. They take some heavy map. Well, I say heavy map control, a little bit of map control in terms of this. Knife goes in. They know that all this is clear. This is not bad at all. Oh my goodness. 6 HP.
With a nano at his feet as well. But he's out of there with 6.
Dude, look at everyone's HP right now. We got 6, 17, 33, and 30.
Other than the HP,
Ethan could clean up.
Low players. Ethan already takes the first. The orbital strike will push in, but he lands him up, leaving just Kiwi remaining. He knows where both players are.
Oh my, nicely done. 2v4.
And EG,
impressive.
From the depths of hell, rise once again. FUT, they look like they had that one.
And I tell you what, that doesn't happen without that jump peek over towards spawn, so that was incredible.
Well, that was a game of inches
nicely done from Ethan.
Unbelievable to see EG taking strides by miles. Ethan's repositioning even. They thought they had him boxed in. And of course, because why would he have pushed back out? He should be going for the spawn control, trying to take that space. But he moved back towards his teammate.
He's so casual with it.
At one point in this game, I think he was 4 and 3 and 13.
Okay, huge round.
He's now 16 and 7.
Money's really low. If EG get this, should be able to plain sailing and just finish this off. But they lose this, it can get really close.
Last few rounds, bad teammate, better player.
Everyone with a circle can't bite. It's a lot.
16th round. FUT have been struggling. And
that was the way back in. That was the door.
Oh my goodness. No way, actual
1
one.
HP. Boostio finally losing a spam battle. Not through the smoke, though. It was through the door. That's the difference.
He's going to headshot someone through a smoke now. We're all going to look silly.
That's mad. Where's this nade going?
Well, here's ulti popped. Control taken.
Oh, nade goes here, so you can't...
Utility
Wait, what the hell? This is kind of sick here.
At least commit Demon 1 to this.
Wait, we play full retake on this? Dude, this is a hard round to retake. Yeah, let's see what the spams are like. It's also hard to get this plant down. 4 people here. Yeah, like I said, hard to get this plant down, especially when you go out in the open. Kind of had to go for a safer plant here, but I think they were scared of the nade.
Yeah, this is where it gets troublesome. You have to try and reposition.
Comms, what's up, bro, with the 4 months? Thank you so much, mate. Appreciate the prime.
Every player rotating in. There just isn't a safe position. They need someone to give them the fights, and well, the 1 HP player from the beginning of the round, it would be the greatest clutch ever. If he somehow wins
yeah,
this one,
it would be the most insane thing we've ever seen.
15 seconds left, no spike, and all the players just watching him. It will be Boostio.
Might be able to save it though.
Just hiding, cowering back, and holding onto his weapon.
Well, they have an idea where he is, but I think most are too far away to really have a chance.
Now.
You just gotta watch that nano. Okay, it's popped a little bit early. It's not quite gonna catch him.
Missed one before this? Oh, really?
And he's managed to save that weapon through. Nicely done, considering the economy of EG.
Oh yeah, Dan _Lan with the 6 months. Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate the prime.
And I'm not
Sorry that I nearly missed that, mate.
Here, they didn't
Thank you for
really
the
get
support,
a chance
bro.
to see anybody. Just taken down through those smokes, and Boostio might have an anti-strap for that.
Well, that's the thing. It's the prime gaming flawless.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's match. It is literally map on at the moment, especially with so many of them staying alive. The money's really good. EG have the eco, and this is FUT's chance to just get the econ up so they can actually make this happen.
A little bit. What do you mean? I'm right here.
We've got a few.
Yeah, there are a few. Paperthin's going to be coming later on as well, so you know. Plenty of bald people going to be gracing this stage, but for now at least, time taken from EG just to try and figure out. Like, that's the thing, they've got plenty of time to play with. This is something that has already been well within their wheelhouse, adapting on the fly. Credit given to Potter. Any doubters silenced quite a while ago, it seems. We're going to be getting right back into things. That said, this round in particular, okay, you've got yourself the Blade Storm onto Demon 1. You've got yourself that saved rifle from Boostio, but the rest of the team
comes out. Well, I say Op comes out. Op's still here from last round. Mr. Fallon, 1 away. Com 2 away as well. And I kind of like the early timeout from them. They got a lot of rounds to play with. And yeah, we'll see if we go back to see what they did in the eco, where they kind of got map control. I would expect something like that, but we also might just be setting the knives up. Yeah, here's a little bit of map control nice and early on. Com gets it. That is huge. Only smoker down. Now what do we do?
For the side of EG, it's going to be Demon 1 that takes your focus. It takes theirs as well, but picking him out of the sky, and you can't pick those knives back up.
Boostio now becomes the main focus of this round. See how much damage he can possibly achieve. Again, a few tagged players behind the box, but I feel like that'd have to be more of a mistake from the Turkish roster rather than anything else. They seem acutely aware that this position has been lost, and with the cross being held by Moj, it would mostly come down to awful timing from
Damn.
And there it is. That's as bad as
the
Mr.
reload
is going to quickly find the trade, and now Ethan
1v4, 5 seconds. Spikes. I mean, he's going to have it.
His opponent of Anna Captain just sitting back and waiting.
Yeah, very patient play like we talked about the other day from FUT. They're disciplined. definitely been worked on past couple months since their last international appearance.
Yeah, nicely handled.
The payoff is there.
What's this again? What's this an eco? 3 people staying alive, not too bad for the econ.
3 behind on their defensive side. And as we said, this
Commons is all after getting the orb and dying.
So
Moj 2 away.
Starting to add up to a FUT comeback.
Boostio 2 away. Simajogamo as well. Wait, we're going to straight up just B here? Let's see what the op can get. Let's see what we got to move off the op. Do we insta just... Is this just like a C hit where they just insta drone tag and then just send it? They did try and do this the other day without the drone and just ulted sight to just flood it. Oh, that was nice.
Just to try and delay them off. The same on the other side.
Yeah, the pop flash was pretty cool. It tried to wreck the timing of the
hasn't been deterred either. Look, he's just running it down. Trying to take all that space while they hunt down.
Damn, respect.
This guy is
He's so good. Even with the perfect juke, we managed to still get that.
Miss. With that man down, well, you're not too worried about Kiwi picking up the op and picking you up.
Oh, that's an early ult.
They've at least faded out. But yeah, the lockdown with 1:05 on the clock, they can just wait it out.
Yeah, with 3 players already here, at the solo defender on the A side, EG are just going to pump the brakes, wait this one out a little bit longer. Operator's actually going to be going back in this time. It's found new hands, new blood in the form of Moj. He's not going to hit the shot either. Leaving them in
Insta drops that. Yeah, not for me.
EG are just waiting, being delayed by the util.
That's hilarious.
35 seconds left. They're going to have to make a move eventually, not knowing how many players are on the back of that side towards the elbow. Boostio finds the first. That's Moj.
Nice nades. Oh my goodness, nice nades.
Deal with him. And with that, well, it looks like a pretty easy site take. Not too many players left alive to spam back, and the plant's already been found. Lockdown if things get very scary, but with only 2 players that they're up against, and the positions that they've got, I mean, all the control is theirs. They can run this clock right the way down. And there you go. Boostio's third seems to lock it in. Nice try by Adacaptain. I don't know where that second kill
really
came
cool
from.
round from EG.
The result is
this is like the second time that I've seen them. They go over towards B with the ult. Yeah, it feels like feels like they just feel so confident with the Sova drone tag ult. I mean, he did fantastic to get this kill. Yeah, look, that one there. It's great.
And giving them so much util ready for the retake. EG, on the other hand, just very happy to take themselves a pause. Like just stopping within that position and just waiting for anybody to make a mistake. Moj ends up going for a repeak, hoping to try and find something, and then you don't have that same retake capability. And while it may have been EG taking a pause within the round, it's FUT now gonna.
All right, Ethan's util, yeah, it's outrageous, man. It's really good.
And find a solution.
As always,
4 rounds behind, and as we've mentioned, they
like it always gets value pretty much.
Side, the prior time we've seen at this tournament, even still though, you do have to feel like a couple of solutions will eventually be found by EG.
That's the thing, right? Like, FUT's way back in. It's the pistol round gives them that injection of rounds. They lose the third.
MC, what's up, bro? How we doing?
But even if it continues like this, you're still going to see EG walk across the line. It has to be near flawless on the fight back in. Only a 4-round deficit, but that's a lot when you're up against this attacking side of EG.
You had some guys make some pug teams with other franchise players to give them some decent practice. That's pretty cool. Is that the? I think there was some. I saw Cupid. Like there was like a screenshot of what was it, like Cupid, Zelsis. Who else was there? Trent, maybe. I think something like that. That's pretty cool. That makes a lot of sense.
Just a burst play into the site might not be something they'll be expecting. Maybe thinking of holding that utility a little bit longer, and already you can see just the instant pop flash setup and that smoke being
in terms of the money, these two are really. Oh yeah, okay, big round.
To burst into that site. Yeah, get
2-4.
Sure. Gun nice as well. Up on B, right? This whole round, you've got Jogamo. We saw Adacaptain have success with it and failure.
Didn't see this yesterday.
In a similar position, you make early presence on A, you push up, you give them control.
Really aggro over towards middle, so they throw something new in. Turret just got taken away and they heard it.
Taking the control, heard the turret get
yep, and with that they start going a little bit aggro. Kind of know as well. I feel like I actually think they walked it the whole way, but because we haven't heard anything here. The problem is, again, this comp can't clear information, so they don't actually know for sure that it's here. But yeah, but with the information, I think he just jump peeked. I was looking at the minimap, felt like he did.
This is going to be tough to actually, well, they're able to wait outside the lockdown, so maybe this will work out. They've got a flanker as well, Maj containing them, who hasn't been spotted just
going
yet.
Back for another.
He was hoping that they'd be able to find one before they
yeah,
get
wall up. We're going to be able to get everything in front of this.
At least a little bit longer, but the sight
1, 2, 3 in front. Might have missed the opportunity, yeah.
Captain trying to make a play through, and Moj will be the one to do it instead. The trades back,
okay, nicely done. The flood was great. Yeah, this that was great. This information over towards middle was everything, right? The extra push over towards here. They got a guy in the corner. They had the turret that was watching all of this. They had the turret taken away, and then once we saw the jump spot here, we got the full info that they were going over towards it. Killjoy came in. Molly was down in terms of the brim, so we saw a bit of the brim diff coming in. Then they had the wall up and then the flood over towards the site. It was just great. So nicely done from FUT there. Again, the comp kind of struggles at info, so doing stuff like this with the jump peek over towards B and the push over towards middle, that's great. Forced them down to an eco, like we said, important swing rounds. So yeah, they're winning the big rounds.
Boots, they're thinking the flank is coming in. We need to either catch him and adapt or rush the site before those rotations come all the way through. And they end up running right into Mosh, who'd very quickly rotated and was there to back up his buddies. It's an 8th round. Building blocks starting to form. But EG want to knock that castle down and leave FUT stranded. Having to reverse sweep it starting on Bind. We're going to see the contact on Maj, but he's smoked off. Doesn't really have an opportunity to do anything still.
Not again.
Boostio to 1 HP.
What is this?
He just seems to survive. Timmy the turret almost had.
That's incredible.
He's
Wait.
been a little bit unlucky.
Okay.
There we go. Timmy's gone. Not going to be surviving any further.
That's so insane.
Boostio, he's either the unluckiest or the luckiest. It depends what way you look at it. He's surviving, but
okay, so they
the defenders also aren't just sitting.
They lose arc control, they lose mid control, and they want to take A main. And honestly, this duel coming up between the smokers is huge. Cracks gets 2 as well. Oh man, that was insane. Ada got the most important kill over towards A main as well. Nicely done in the end. This guy's 1 HP, last alive again. Did try and make a good play in terms of just trying to sneak through, like why not be at the lurk with a low HP. But yeah, shut down. Okay, big buy rounds, EG timeout maybe?
It's the 3 ultis online as
what do we
well.
got?
That
No?
Viper's
Okay.
pin, the orbital strike. And it could be game changers for this defensive side. And if paced out correctly, might make it most of the way towards equalizing at least. It's been promising these last couple, but again, the rifles come back out for EG.
That's the thing. I feel like, again, similarly, at a captain's slow start, fragging-wise, is coming
Money's
back
really
into
good after this round as well for FUT. In terms of this, if FUT win it, most likely we get 11-11. So yeah, huge round for them. Probably going to see these ults into it, it feels like.
Consistently
Yep, there we go, right on cue.
It makes it very difficult for EG to somewhat find this space.
Okay, I mean, that's an easy lineup, right?
Now, they've struggled to string any rounds together. They're going to use a lot of utility to take
the nade that lands there.
Mid once again. Kiwi, wow, he's going to find himself in a bit of an odd spot.
An odd ult.
This utility to try and almost section off into mid, but instead he's getting pressured on the other side.
Yeah, and his teammates can't really come out to help just because they're being pressured as well. Kiwi on an island, isolated, you would think.
Damn, Mosh saved him. Mosh got 2. Mosh gets 3, and Kiwi stays alive. That's insane.
From the hallway, he is decimating the EG squad. 4 kills.
What a round from them.
And FUT.
And now, honestly, the money's really, really low.
Hot on EG's heels.
All they got to do is win a Nico, and we're at 11-11.
You start to believe that a team is going to be able to turn this one around, and
yeah, Mosh did everything. Give me this replay. How did he get both these kills?
Now, 10 rounds
oh, that was nice. It was a really nice ult.
more importantly for me,
actually,
we're seeing those superstars come online.
Because this is a closer game than the T1, I'm actually seeing like some of the full process behind the Brim. We saw it against the Molly over towards here in terms of shutting down and just having extra bit of util to stop them from flooding. And like some of the, I mean, the ult looks pretty good. Actually looks great against the Killjoy, to be fair to it. Smokes are a nightmare.
Killjoy utility, but it is more of a ruse than anything else, as they are, as a 3-core, just making their way in towards this A site. It's a double up, though.
Bro.
Waiting, or being collected by Cop. I don't mind that at all. Impact.
MC wants to, okay, MC wants to have the challenge. All right, let those two battle it out. Chat, no one else start abusing coaches or pros in chat though. But MC wants to challenge, man. Let him be. let him take him on.
So that's just 2 people, 2 places that they've got to hold, and then the rest of the squad waits for the, I guess, what they hope.
Yatsin, what's up, bro? Thank you so much for the raid, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Hope your watch party it was good, man. And take you going bed maybe. Thank you. Really do appreciate it.
Outside of the nanos, some of that utility will be countered out, unfortunately, but they've still got the manpower here to take those fights and convincingly close out this round. You would think Mr. Fallen,
yeah, looking kind of clean, low HP.
Still going for fights done.
Mid-F gets him on that. Yeah, a few low HPs, very nice and clean. Okay, well, they're buying for both of these. And EG, yeah, this is a weird spot for them to be in, because they're all going to be buying down to like 50, 150, around there. They get 2-9 loss bonus if they lose it, so they're going to have a really bad low buy if FUT get to 12. So yeah, FUT are in a better position at the moment.
The scary thing as well is after this we then head into Bind, which I don't know if people remember last time out they were playing a Reina and a Chamber. It was definitely one of their weirder comps, an attempt to try and catch Fnatic off guard in that grand final that they played in Tokyo, but I assume they will have gone back to the drawing board.
I think we had some subs here. What did we get?
Out,
Mr. Monster, thank you so much for the gifted MC. MC, welcome in.
Map down, that would be
welcome.
And all the way from being 9-3 in the
wait, did you unban the guy to have
excluding the bonus, which again you kind of
unban the guys to give it?
The fact is though, they're giving Potter that opportunity. Now guys on the other
did he just
side,
run when we banned him? I mean, fair play if he did.
Maybe level the minds of the squad, but you are seeing just that
Django FPS as well with the Prime. Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Performing on that other side, and I'm looking at Demon One. He is someone who we know can take over matches, who can win them rounds on an individual scale. He's sat at the bottom at the moment, not by a lot, but this would be a time for him to have one of those hero rounds. Definitely.
Swifty for life as well, 8 months. Thank you. Time goes quick, yeah. Been a fast 8 months.
Already taken the distance. It's going to be all the rounds, and maybe some more. The side of FUT on the defense, 3 stack up on B. Same old setup. Same old approach from this squad. Again, you'll see that Viper orb in play, blocking out control over the double doors for the side of FUT as they stick with
where are we with ults? Like, how important are orbs at the moment?
Very early into the round, they've abandoned A. Maybe
I mean, if they got double, sure.
Some of these pushes have been for EG, or expecting them to have a bit of an adaptation rather than coming through Ard and main.
Okay, a little bit of pressure. See, are they gonna? This might be the timeout this might be the round that I've kind of been waiting for. The pressure here, the default over towards A, then the default over towards middle, and then the hit B. Like, that's what I think that this comp is. Well, that's what I think is great about this comp. Let's see. Question mark create. Step number 1. Now we're gonna go through middle, potentially clear this, and then we go to B. Nah, it doesn't look like it. It looks like a group B late luck door. Still, this question mark stays here the whole time, basically.
The majority, at least, is going to be leveled into this.
Knife goes in close. They know the Killjoys, huh?
Kiwi waits and watches.
Yeah, they've concealed their hand as well. The drone coming around won't spot him out. So Kiwi's able to catch him by surprise. Demon One.
It's a big kill. Wait, they're going back.
That scoreboard. Viper's Pit used.
They're going back, but the Viper, the Viper all kind of wrecks this because they can just stay solid. We got double molly to stop the plant. Brim has nothing. Stim pack, but they know they're coming. Oh, he just used his molly as well. Damn, look at it. Floor is lava again.
It's forcing them out into the open, but they're just taking the fights, winning them as they go.
Do get a plant.
Desperately trying to be found.
1v4.
It comes at the cost of Com's life. Ethan left on the spike.
What a god play. Hey, okay, nicely done. Very nicely done. 1 away. This has been a great half from them.
With map point.
Still think that EG could have played this a little bit better, to be honest. Their eco round was actually like the, in my mind, the thing that they needed to do, and they haven't done it since. FUT are playing great though, don't get me wrong. But their comp is like, the comp is a nightmare to play against on defense. In terms of the money, they're sitting at like, they're sitting at like 3,000-ish. So maybe a lot of Bulldogs.
5-round streak, 7 of the last 8 going the way of
Okay,
FUT.
okay, Guardians instead. Guardian, Spectre.
And now EG have one last chance.
And then,
otherwise they're going to have
wait,
let
we're
a
missing a
slip
son.
from
We have stars.
9-3 in the lead. And the Turkish roster
Guardian
will
Believers.
have themselves a 1-0 position. They're ready for Kiwi. They're watching for him. This time he's not going to find that initial
Demon
fight.
with his ult.
Close on the follow-up as well.
Atta has his ult. He is the last person to rotate here. The KO knife is everything to take this down.
Kiwi still able to get one. Hunted down. Orbital strike comes in. Demon 1 needs to move quickly. He'll be caught on the way back out. Sure, 1 kill for FUT, but it might not be enough. Atta Captain still with a massive clutch in front of him. The first not even found, tagging up Boostio.
Okay, nice. He's done. Holy hell, the fast B. Demon did great. Did Juggernaut get 2 in the end as well? I'm not sure.
The crowd could breathe for a moment.
Yeah, of course we get overtime, man. Every game, I swear we get an overtime game. It's sick.
It was looking like
so
a
good.
done deal
On
after the
top of this
streak
is all we had
rounds that
leftover
was had,
pizza.
but back
Thank
to
you very
basics.
much, mate. Leftover
Again,
pizza
we're
with the
gonna see
Prime.
that
Thanks for the 6 months.
every time.
And
it
we
almost seems like
had
when that ultimate is online,
Evanson as well.
EG just
Evanson
can't lose
RDS. What's up, bro?
themselves
With the
around
3 months. Appreciate
the
you.
disruption caused, the
Thanks for the
opener
support,
found
too.
by Demon 1, and they are still living in this map. OT, everything gets reset. No ultimates online across the board. And
Emil said in the press that FUT have been great in scrims.
They
Yeah, they had a lot of cool stuff in, especially the Haven. It felt like they had a lot of new stuff for Haven.
Something we didn't see too much of.
So it definitely looks like they've been spending their time well.
Coming out of the side.
Okay, EG now back on defense, and it's pretty much going to be about who can win the attack round in theory. If the first half's anything to go by.
A few of the FUT players outside of A. Information for EG, not really
Who can win the
reacted to,
attack
if
round?
anything. They go lighter on this A side. Start to move around. But it's FUT grabbing control, leaving a player on each extremity.
The attack op, something that we didn't do at all. And honestly, this kind of makes sense because they've been dueling here the whole time. So
let EG make a mistake. For now, that certainly isn't happening.
with the plan being that, it kind of makes sense, but they don't want to stick around for this. This might work out well.
Has historically loved to just sneak and slip his way into.
Oh man, this really has potential. Because
Double up though. 2 players here. The expectation of Boostio will be there. The pop flash good.
oh, missed shot as well.
Is already going to double up.
Damn,
Looking
nicely
for a
done.
little
The
bit more.
setup
No
was too
trade to
strong
be
here.
had. Kiwi
the flash was great. Not entirely sure
back in here.
the actual
In the
lineup for it,
meantime,
but
we've seen
over the
walk
top.
up on long, but you can already witness on the map that Boostio is firmly watching towards this. It seems like Kiwi trying to maybe bait some sound cues of presence on the other side and leaving Boostio somewhat alone. He's actually going to go forward, maybe gifting his opponents a chance, but also being a bit of a snake within the grass, not expecting him to be up this close. 10 seconds.
How would you plant this one?
Try and find something within this round. Mr.
Maybe.
Farland,
4,
he's
got a plant.
He's got to go for it right now. No, in fact, there's absolutely
good
no
luck
time.
trying to kill everyone.
Everybody has to die, and it is not going to be happening. He might kill off the majority, but EG will get themselves the round.
Com jumping for joy
Right.
to close
EG's
out
chance
that
now.
round. Yes, 13 now for EG, and in a map that they were leading from the very get-go.
Yeah, this setup over towards door was really nice, and the op shot missed, I'm pretty sure, so could even get some kind of trade back.
Just 3 rounds in the first half, I didn't believe in them making it even close to this kind of run. And as we said, we knew that their defense would be good. Once again, it will be tested as they stand
Straight up B, this worked well for them.
Side, 13 to 12. Again, that
Insta ping to exactly where he was at the beginning, by the way.
The one thing that really worked for them, that last round dash, sprint straight into this B side, and already The fake smoke is what takes out
fake smoke wrecked him.
his opponent. It was a bait.
And the drone saw him early, but that's a big kill. That's the person that gets through the choke point.
For the moment, Cracks trying to pounce.
They have a lot of time if they want to cancel.
Probably
need to cancel.
Quickly diminished, and
I say probably, you gotta cancel this.
They're backing away from this one. But so are FUT.
Spikes out. Grouping up with Jogamo and Calm, the first to leave this site. Calm on his way to A. They're sticking around. 50 seconds. Still some time to make a decision. And most importantly, this is where you expect a flanker to come through or a player on the side of FUT to overextend to grab information. They'll look to punish.
They've tried to use
Cracks has double flash and nade
against their opponents. Now Cracks will finally spot that this is the place where EG looks to
got his flash off.
Boostio blinded up.
Oh,
Watching, but it's Margin.
Oh, these two did great. Holy hell. The flash was nice, the wall was nice.
FUT will put them down on B. It's defensive
Alright,
round
let's
after
go again.
defensive round
Let's
again.
do this one again.
As we will continue this one into OT.
Yeah, and it might go a while because honestly,
the
both these teams struggle on attack.
Were swinging through to try and deal with Cracks, who'd been spotted moments ago. It popped that little flash around the corner, timed perfectly with the knife that came in. Although the abilities were down and out, they weren't needed at that point. This is where EG could start to feel
Dude, this poor guy's knee, man. What's he doing to it?
Longer than they expected it to when they shifted
Jesus
into that
Christ.
Half, 13 to 13, and FUT call a timeout. They're going to gather themselves ahead of this attacking round, which is fair. It's where most of the trouble has been.
Yeah, I think it's the perfect place. Give guys a chance to see if he can find a gap. If he spotted anything over the last few rounds within this defense, it's definitely not been easy to really find any mistakes being made by EG because both teams have just been happy to play super
That's
passively,
true, sure.
like almost
That is
wait
true.
for their opponents to make a slip up. And in the last round, it was more so just a slight change in setup. We've seen this the majority of rounds where EG have had that almost contact.
Thought about NRG against Billy. I mean, they owned him, man. Like, there's not much we can talk about. Like, it felt like a bit of a playstyle diff. NRG kind of got wrecked. Like, they won 3 out of 4 pistols. Like, Split was crazy dominant.
It's all about. You don't want to put all your eggs in
Like
one
there isn't
basket.
much bail that I can shoot NRG's way. Like they actually just look like the worst team on the day.
Teams are putting up the rounds. Another chance to set up a map point.
I thought they were going to go really heavy chamber. But they always have these starts, so I think the rematch should be better for them, but it can't get much worse than that.
Pressure that B site. More players than usual here though.
Yeah, we go fast here. 1, 2, 3. Recon's gone out though. Smokes are in, and they're gonna go.
Boostio hasn't been spotted at all, and he's getting them all. Breaking apart.
The drone tag as well. Yeah, they tried to force their way in. Man, these attack rounds really are. They kind of run out of ideas. They went for the attack op, then they went for just the straight up flood. Well, say flood, straight up just force over towards B.
Taken back from, well, the echelons
Right.
of time.
What are EG doing?
Something that has been tried through multiple esports and failing once more, it seems. A close angle not cleared, and for FUT, that's the blunder. Now we get to see what EG have to offer, and more so, they're going to take exactly the same pause as their opponents. I wonder if we're just going to get another rush off the back of it. Maybe try and play the mind games and then do exactly the same thing, but
Of course, the timeout, last timeout for EG.
A site might be due a little bit of love here, Mitch, because the B site definitely hasn't been working for either of these teams.
Bro, they gotta do something over towards middle. Please, for the love of God, take A main, then something over towards middle.
A little quicker. W key strats, and especially for FUT, that's a go-to for a Turkish squad to pull out the quick sucker
You want an
punch.
art split, MC? I mean, yeah, it would be nice. Maybe even like an A main control, wait 30 seconds and art split. See if they re-push A main with numbers.
I hope it doesn't cut to me.
Like anything. They can't clear question marks, bro. We gotta use that, surely.
Round 28 about to kick off, and one key difference here, Kiwi doesn't have that operator.
Just play post plant, bro. They can't get a plant down there, really.
Both teams have been dabbling in, but I think just having that maneuverability, allowing for the quicker rotations, and especially with the amount of spams we've had through smokes, it seems like it makes the most sense. Also,
they're going for this one again.
Destroying
oh my goodness!
That turret early, but it's the double down, allowing them to know that there's at least a player on either side. Pop Flash could completely decimate Moj. He's just trying to escape. Both players actually caught by the blind, but somehow
damn, dude, he did fantastic. But that is the Viper down. That's a big hit. You kind of know that the Viper wall's over towards here. Do you now just want to group because of the Viper wall down?
Yeah, I think Kiwi's idea was to get out there and help his teammate Moj while he was still alive. You know, lock down that extra angle for him and fight for mid together if his buddy was going to be stranded. But once he falls,
turns out they do. And like we said, question mark and pressure over towards here.
A little bit later towards the doors. And we have seen Boostio.
Who wants to?
Flanks. This time his timing is near perfect.
Oh, that's huge. Well, that is huge. That's an ult. And if Com can get a plant, that's an ult as well. So they could literally clear the site with an ult, get the plant. That's Com's ult.
And they immediately read it.
Oh man, they get the kill and they get the insta read that they go in the other side.
Move towards A, and that read could not be
oh my goodness. And he hears them, right?
He's probably heard the steps.
The thing is, did he hear that it was 3? Because this guy is scared that they're over towards spawn.
Has the perfect flank. The turret still yet to be.
Dude, look at these ults. We got Killjoy and Sovo.
He's been spotted. Now looks to maybe face back in the other direction, but he
Boostio's
hits
a god.
the shot anyway. Just
That's some god play right there. What the hell is this round? Yeah, that was sick from him. Solo put him on the back for the last round, really. It was much better though in terms of the actual round. Slow map control.